Hey guys, what's going on? This is Chris. I'm here at Sloan Porsche of Warrington with Matt, and we're in a beautiful 2015 Porsche 911 GT3. We're going to take it out on the road, sort of review it, and we have a nice windy back road route that we take, and this is really just an incredible car. So let's see how it handles on the road. We're going to talk about some of the features while we're driving, and of course when we get back I'll go over some of the interior specs and do an in-depth overview as well. So I hope you guys enjoy this video.
Perfect.
And this has the 3.8 in it, correct?
3.8 liter, 475 horse.
Yeah. Oh my god. Really, probably the most unreal track car out there.
It really is. I mean, out of the box, I don't think you're going to find too much else that comes close. I mean, at redline, the crank is spinning 150 times a second.
Oh my god.
It's just,
and the scream is just unbelievable. I mean, with every car being, having some form of, a turbo or something like that, I mean, this is just true, raw, just unbelievable.
Yeah, there's a lot of precision to a high-revving naturally aspirated engine. I mean, there's so many things going on there, such high engine speeds that there are few companies that could produce a car like this.
Absolutely. And I mean, since I first started making videos with a Porsche dealership here, I've been really impressed with the cars that they make, because it's unlike any other car out there. Everything just feels so precise and just engineered. Like that's something me and my friends talk about all the time. When it's debated, you get something, you can compare something like this to an exotic like a Ferrari or something. But even those cars have a little bit of clunkiness to them and just quirks. But these are just perfect. It's just unbelievable how precise Porsche makes these cars and just how quality everything is. It's really crazy. So I love it.
Yeah, you're absolutely right, and it's every aspect of it too. A lot of people think about the speed, the top speed or acceleration.
Mm-hmm.
It's the steering. The steering is pinpoint precise. The feel and the feedback that you have is just outstanding. The braking, Porsche's brakes are the best in the world.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Both in stopping power and also in just in feel and feedback.
Yeah.
Nothing. There's no stone that goes unturned.
For sure.
When they engineer their cars.
And the PDK really is unbelievable. It's probably the smoothest dual clutch, the best dual clutch transmission out there. So
most manufacturers get one of the two things down, either quickness of the shifts or the smoothness of them.
Exactly.
But generally they don't get both. Porsche really, this transmission is the most superior transmission held in the market right now, period.
Oh yeah.
And the sound again in this car is
just unbelievable. Oh my god. That is just outrageous, crazy. Oh my god. This is the little pull off over here. That is crazy. And you think it's just like, I'm so used to driving other cars that have lower red lines, and this is just, it keeps climbing.
It's when you think that this car should shift,
you're not even close.
You have another 3,000-4,000 RPMs to go.
Crazy. All right, so what I'm going to do now is take over in the driver's seat. We're going to hit the windy roads a little bit, and I'm going to get a chance behind the wheel. So hope you guys enjoy it. All right, so just pull it back and put it into drive.
Correct.
Okay. I'll put it into manual so you can play with the paddle shifters.
Yeah, this transmission really is really rewarding when you shift it on your own. So the PDK is optimized for the GT3.
Okay.
It's a little harsher than in Carrera S or a non-GT variant, but quickness of the shifts in turn is increased as well. You see the needle fall in that tachometer.
Oh my gosh, it's just like
it's
instantaneous.
Great.
Really crazy how they have just made, like you said, there's very few companies who have made such a good transmission to sort of have both daily like smoothness or just like casual driving and like the speed of the shifts.
And even in here, even with it being a lot more, I shouldn't say a lot more, but with it being where comfort is less of a design principle.
Yeah, exactly. They still keep that.
Exactly. Comfort. Yeah, but it's not that rough. It's not that hard to switch. There are other cars that I've been in that I've driven that, you know, where the gears really are just every single one bangs in, even if you're not on it hard.
Oh yeah, it's almost worse when you're on it like a little bit because it tries to shift quickly, but it's just like a jerking motion. The Alcantara steering wheel is really just awesome. It feels great in the hands. Pretty much like the standard Porsche wheel, but just with the Alcantara wrap, and I mean the bolsters at 210 feel great.
It really gives you that solid.
Yeah,
feel,
perfect.
That
like
firm,
just you have like a
absolutely
good
no slip from it whatsoever.
Yep.
And that's why they use it in the seat centers as well. It's very hard in this car not to wind it out like all the time.
Yeah, because you just that's exactly how it was right there. Like I just really want to like push it to the red line.
It's just a constant like, what is this going to sound like?
Yeah,
there's more power to go.
More power, and the sound gets better each time. You know, it drives like pretty like smoothly. Even like I mean, it's a pretty bumpy road we're on, and like nothing's rattling or anything like that. It's really just everything's very precise. It's just really great.
There are not, I mean, a handful, literally a handful of cars that are going to give you this level of performance. And I would argue 2 or 3 perhaps that are going to give you this level of performance with this kind of usability on a daily basis.
Oh, that's unbelievable. And like the best part about dual clutch is like you're expecting that pause, but like it keeps pushing. It's just like holy crap, man.
There's a lot of resistance to, you know, to dual clutches and
absolutely
pushback and get. If you like a stick, you like a stick, and there's a lot to be said for that. You know, but in a lot of ways, I think a lot of that pushback is just resistance to the change. And in the past, with automatic transmissions, you don't have the connection to the gearing, you don't have the direct responsiveness. Whereas with a dual clutch, you do. And it's kind of you're kind of embracing a lot of technology, but saying no, I don't want to embrace this.
You're still like in control.
And if you prefer a stick, again, I mean, there's absolutely nothing wrong with that.
Absolutely.
There's a lot of fun to be had there.
It's 2 different worlds, you know. It is like I feel like the 2 almost can't be compared in a way. I mean, the stick driving is really just the true connection, but this is still, I mean, unbeatable for track driving and just being the best. Oh my god, that scream up top is just, and it really like the sound just opens up like up at the top. It just gets
above 8,000 RPM.
Beautiful.
How many cars have you been in that sound like that?
Oh, it's crazy.
Yeah.
I mean, it's really no mystery why someone would pick this over something like a 458 or like a Huracan or something. I mean, especially even the RS, which is even more insane. I can't imagine this being any better. This just feels perfect.
Yeah, it would be hard to believe that
This gets better. Like it's, oh my
give you a little more day-to-day, I shouldn't say day-to-day, but a little more road usability.
Yeah, exactly.
Whereas the GT3 RS is even stiffer than the GT3. I mean, it's more at home on the track.
For sure. And this can still have like, you know, like a Sunday cruiser almost position if you really wanted to.
You could go get groceries in this car.
Yeah, for sure. It's not bad at all.
With the new fuel economy standards that come into play in 2018, you're absolutely right. This is one of the last great naturally aspirated cars.
Yep. Now I've heard that the shifter here, if you see it says plus on the bottom, they flip that for the GT cars, right? I think I've heard that like the normal like PDK is you push forward for plus, but the GTs they flip it so you pull back.
Correct. Beginning in 2017, they actually did change that to the motorsport setup.
Gotcha.
The idea being you're decelerating. You know, the momentum is forward, so push forward.
Okay.
And then conversely accelerating.
Yeah, you
going
pull
back. But that's absolutely right up to 2016, and then when they went to the 991.2 and the 982s,
gotcha.
They went to the motorsport pattern. You'll notice the way it kind of almost bites into the turns or digs in with the rear wheel steering in the car. It really helps it get through the corners, and from a feel standpoint, it just
feels like unreal. It's like you're on rails.
The more you push it, the harder it digs in.
This car is also finished in that beautiful racing yellow, which is, I love yellow cars personally. I think it fits the Porsche so well. I love how all the GT cars they've been releasing are just in those, you know, those crazy bright colors that are just, it looks great on these cars. And with the nice black interior with the alcantara, it's a really nice combination.
Yeah, a little more flair, a little more excitement than you see in a lot of the non-GT cars.
That was probably only like 78 or 8. That wasn't even, because it's like we were saying, it feels like you have to shift, but like, oh my god, not even close.
It just keeps going.
I guarantee it'd be pretty hard to have someone come test drive this and then not walk out of the dealer with the keys.
Right. The car absolutely sells itself. It's just out. no way are a representation of what the car is. You know, with 475 horsepower, which is nothing to
yeah, exactly.
turn your nose up at. But
it's really when you drive it is when you really the car shines. It's just unbelievable.
It builds power in that higher range. Yep. Titanium connecting rods. You know, letting it get up that high. Crazy.
All right, guys. So I'm done driving the car for right now. What we're gonna do is switch seats. I'm gonna try and get a shot of the speedometer so you guys can just see how fast the PDK shifts. It'll just be a nice shot of the tachometer and the RPM gauge just sweeping, and I think that'll be a pretty cool shot. And we'll do that on the way back to the dealerships. When we get there, I'll take over and do the nice overview. So without further ado, let's do that. Go for it. All right, guys, first off, I'd just like to say a huge thank you to Sloan Porsche of Warrington and Matt for coming along with me on that test drive. This was my first time being in a GT3 and driving one, and oh my God, this thing is literally insane. I'm just speechless at how unreal this car is. To have a car that revs up to 9,000 RPM, like we've said this like 5 times throughout the video. You're at like 7,500 and you feel like you have to shift and you still have like another like 1,500 RPMs to go. It's just unreal, and the linear delivery of the power is just unmatched. The PDK is precise, it's perfect, it shifts just like lightning, and the sound that this thing makes is just unbelievable. I mean, just that noise is just, oh, I can't get over it. So without further ado, let's go over the interior a little bit. All right, so if any of you out there are familiar with the 991 generation 911s, you'll see that this interior is laid out pretty much just like every other one. Of course, this being the GT car, there are some differences that I'm gonna highlight real quick. You do have the stainless steel finish on the doors and across the dash, and again on the passenger door over there. Tons of alcantara, you have it all over this armrest on the door, your handle over here. The steering wheel, which I said felt great. I love this steering wheel, it feels fantastic. You have the aluminum paddle shifters on the back of the steering wheel there. They're very clicky and tactile, feels great. Here's the seat right here. So this is the sort of sport carbon seat. It's literally full carbon fiber on the back there. You can see it's beautiful, absolutely beautiful. These are out of the 918, I believe, if you've seen them before. These seats really just feel fantastic to sit in, just to drive in, especially for this track car. So you have the nice wide bolsters here for the shoulder, nice GT3 embroidery right there. I love this little neck area here with the vents, the little vents there on the back, and the carbon fiber being exposed looks just fantastic. Center is done in alcantara, of course, down the center here. You have the nice bolsters on the side, really hold you in place, and the stitching is done in like sort of that nice like silverish gray color to sort of contrast a little bit from the black, which looks great. Up here in the center, you do have a alcantara finish shifter, which is awesome. As we said in the video, your plus is down here because with momentum, if you're slowing down, you want to decelerate, you push forward, makes it a lot easier. Likewise, if you're accelerating quickly, you just pull back and continue shifting. So here in the center is your infotainment center. You can see you can just hit navigation and put in an address. If you hit map, it does show, of course, your navigation map. You have tuner and media, so you can choose different radio options. You can add different media options. If you click source, you can choose where the audio is coming from. Click FM, you can listen to the sound system real quick. So it does sound pretty good. In the center here, you have a phone option, so you can, of course, connect your phone. You have an answer and hang up options. And so, yeah, that's pretty much that. You have some information, so again, just some info about the radio station you're listening to. You can see it's 92.5. If you go to car, you can look at some quick information about that as well. So you see you have travel time, distance, consumption, and average speed traveled. If you go to option, you can choose some different display settings. So that's pretty much that for the infotainment center, very nice. Down here you have your climate controls, so you have this little toggle here to adjust your temperature, so you can raise and lower that. You can also hit the AC off and just shut it off, AC max, your defroster, recirculation settings. This main toggle here just ups the fan speed a little bit, you can drop it. And of course on the side, you can choose where the air is blowing. You can choose auto, and then of course the temperature for the passenger. So here in the center is your shifter, so you see we're in park right now. You can go ahead and put it in reverse. then neutral, and then drive. Over puts it in manual, so you can shift with the paddles right here, or you can of course pull back and push up to shift gears. So put it back, we'll put it in park. In the center we have your flashers, door locks. Here's the different options you can choose. So the sport dampening system for the suspension, PDK sport for the transmission. You can choose some exhaust settings. You can raise and lower the front, I believe. Yep, there you go. That's very quick. I don't know if you guys can see that. Let me see, I'll do it real quick. If I hit it, it should put it down. And there you go, back down the car goes. So that's the front end nose lift. Very nice feature, definitely in a low car. Right here you have your electronic stability control off button, and then of course you have electronic stability control and traction control off. So that would be if you're at the track and you really want to push this thing to its fullest potential, no restrictions, this would be the button to use. That would be really crazy, I bet, to drive this thing unrestricted. Up here you have some cup holders you can pull out if you want to. There you go, you have your glove box here on the side, also finished in alcantara, really nice touch. On the side here you have some mirror controls and your window switches, you know, nothing out of the ordinary. You have auto headlights, of course, very nice. And in the back here, since this is the GT car, there are no seats for weight reduction, so you do have, I guess, a little bit of a storage area, you consider it. But other than that, I mean, there are no seats, so. But of course, if you're buying this car, I'm sure the last thing on your mind is where you're gonna put a child in the back. So yeah, I would just like to say this car is fantastic, really just blown away with it. I would absolutely take this car out of anything in the Porsche lineup right now. I mean, besides like a 918 Spider, which I guess technically isn't in the lineup right now, a GT3, really just crazy. This car right now I think is listed for, I think they have it for sale for $160,000 just about. It has 6,704 miles. And it is a 2015 car, so like I said, it has the 3.8 liter engine, 475 horsepower, and if you just watch the video, you know this thing is really crazy. Come on down to the dealership if you're serious about buying it. Take this thing for a test drive. I guarantee you will not leave without the keys, because this is just a car that will really make you want to buy it when you drive it. Let's take a quick look outside at the car. There's that beautiful racing yellow finish. This car is just gorgeous when the sun hits it. You have the red brake calipers, huge brakes, by the way. Look at how big those are. Just a gorgeous car. I love the front ends on these things too, with the you know, the bigger grills. You have this nice splitter right here. Looks fantastic. This nice little black decal here. This car also does have, I think, a clear bra over everything. If you look real close, you can see some of those lines there, just to keep the paint safe from any rock chips or anything like that. This car is really set to go as far as that. You can see here on the back too, it has that as well. A little bit down here too, to keep from the rock chips from the wheels. Here's the back end. You see the Porsche logo in black, GT3. This nice big spoiler, looks fantastic. The 3.8 right there. And this big air scoop right here brings that air down to the engine and cool it down. What a phenomenal car, guys. This thing, this is the perfect Porsche for me. I love yellow cars, and after driving this thing, I'm in love. I'm in love with it. Wraps up this video. I just wanted to say thank you to Sloan Porsche of Warrington and Matt for coming along with me on this test drive. This 911 GT3 has been an incredible experience, and it's absolutely a beautiful car. Like I said, it's about $160,000 right now. 2015 model year, 6,700 miles just about. So if you're interested in this car, be sure to get in touch with Sloan with the information in the description below. Their phone number and website will be posted if you want to get some information about this car or about any other Porsche or Audi cars as well. These guys have a huge selection of some really, really crazy Porsches and Audis as well. So get in touch. They have a really great selection. So without further ado, if you guys haven't already, be sure to give this video a like, as it really helps my channel grow and gets this video out there. Be sure to subscribe to my channel for more awesome videos like this one. And thank you guys very much for watching. Take care.